If your scores are low in 2025, but you've tried each and everything in the best way possible, then trust me, today's video is the one which reveals some shocking truth that you all deserve to know. Want to make most out of this video? Make sure you watch the video till the end. Hey everybody, Nakul here from SKILLS PTE ACADEMIC. Really hope everybody is doing fantastic. I'm back with yet another super awesome pop-packed video on the low PTE score 2025. Here's the shocking truth that you need to know. Well, before we get into the video, if not subscribed to this channel, kindly click on the subscribe button. Anytime you need online assistance, it's a paid assistance. You can check the information in the description of this video. We left a WhatsApp link. You can click on the link, send us a message. We will do the needful. Also, to tell you, recently we released our second official ebook. The first is PTE Speaking cheat code ebook, second is PTE Reading cheat code ebook. The book has got each and everything that one needs to know to ace up the PTE preparation and get that 90 in the reading, writing and the speaking. The link in the description, you can click on the link, buy the ebook. At the moment we have kept it for a very nominal fee. Alright, without any further delay, let's straight away get right into the video. If your scores are very low in 2025, in spite of putting all the efforts in the right way possible, then you should know the reasons why your scores are stuck. First thing is essay writing. Remember, this was not the case before, meaning back in 2024. Whatever the question you write, little relevant or some keywords relevant to the question, you'd have gotten the marks, full marks. But now it is not the case. If, let's say, the question is, some people believe that technology is making people less social. Now you just talk about technology, you don't get the scores. You need to talk about whether technology is making people less interactable, less social. Unless you address the question, there is no way you can get the scores. Remember this is the new edition. It's becoming more stricter and stricter by the day. If for the same question, student writes an answer something like this: technology has advanced significantly over the years, improving healthcare, education and communication. The internet has made information easily accessible, and smartphones have revolutionized the way people interact. Many businesses now rely on technology for efficiency and productivity. With artificial intelligence on the rise, the future holds something like this. You write, you probably would have gotten full 90 out of 90 in the previous year probably, but not anymore in 2025. This is looked upon very, very meticulously. Properly they are looking into each and everything, meaning AI has been coded in a way that it can easily figure out whether you are talking to the question or not, whether you are addressing the question or not. So read the question, understand and write what is required for the question. Don't simply write whatever that comes into your mind. Remember this, you don't follow this, then probably writing scores will not be up. Remember this first particular reason why the scores can be very low as far as PTE writing is concerned. The second reason why your scores could be very low, especially in PTE writing again, is your essay template. If you're using a template which allows you to write only keyword, comma keyword, just putting keywords, you're not trying to write something on your own. You're not even trying to frame sentences on your own. You're just putting the keywords. 100% you don't get good marks. If 2 essays come, probably 20 marks from the 2 essays towards your writing section. You use only keywords, meaning a wrong template, probably you would get 2-3 marks or 4-5 marks and not more than that. 100% sure. It's not just about templates. Let's say you're making spelling mistakes, you're using the correct templates and you're writing all the things perfect with respect to the content, but you have made, let's say, 8 spelling mistakes, straight away 8 to 10 marks gone. Let's say you have made some 4 to 5 grammatical errors, 4 to 5 mistakes, straight away gone. So there are multiple angles to it. It is not just the template, not just the content. Well, content makes difference, huge difference. Along with the content, the grammar and spelling should be precise. You make grammatical errors, silly grammatical errors, marks will go down. You make silly spelling mistakes, marks will go down. So be aware of all these things. Make sure you put your efforts rightly about the content. You write relevant to the question. Proofread. 15 minutes you should finish the essay. Proofread meaning you should reread whatever you have written and check for the spelling errors and the grammar errors. Failing to do so, again marks will go down. Remember this. The next reason why your scores could be very low in 2025 is because of summarized spoken text templates. If you're using very lengthy templates, probably it used to work in 2024, but not anymore. You can only use a structure or a template which has very limited words, maybe 3 words or 2 words in each sentence. Something like this lecture discusses. Firstly, or in the beginning, the speaker explained, later the speaker said, here the speaker also mentioned, in conclusion the lecture effectively summarized. Something like this If you use, definitely fine. It will give you good scores provided you don't make spelling and grammatical errors. But there are students who are still relying on the templates which has lengthy sentences, probably if it is 50 to 70 words for PTE Academic, 40 words template only cover. That will not give you the score. The software is becoming more stricter and smarter over the days. Avoid using very lengthy templates. Rather use lengthy sentences from the audio. Use a short version of a template. Something like this or my previous template for summarized spoken text absolutely works. Don't have to worry. The next reason why your scores could be very low in 2025 is because of one reason, that Retell lecture, you're still using some keyword method. Use a template, some short template, and then 5 words you just write with a comma separated thing. King, comma, king, queen, river, town, like something like this. People are still using it, then definitely marks will not come. You got to frame your own sentences, meaning some phrases, 2 phrases for each line or 1 phrase for each line, at least 4 to 5 phrases or 7 to 8 phrases in the best way possible. You can use this kind of strategy. Avoid using only the keyword, meaning relying on the keyword method. Just putting one word is not going to give you scores. You can use one template for both Retell lecture and summarized spoken text from 2025, absolutely fine. This new template, the lecture discusses, in the beginning the speaker explained about, the same one that I just talked about a couple of minutes ago. The same template for summarized spoken text can be used for your Retell lecture as well. But remember, it's not just about using a template, it's also about what you fill inside the template. You got to write the phrases, you got the right sentence, a little lengthy one. Try to speak without fumbles, without hesitations. Don't worry too much about grammar. Give preference towards your fluency, but also content, at least 4 to 5 phrases, if not 7 to 8 phrases. If you can get more phrases, better it is. Remember this. The next reason why your scores could be very low in 2025 is because of the describe image. As most of you would know, there are a lot of changes that happened in the month of November where templates are completely banned in describe image. Meaning if you're still using old templates, some generic lines that do not reflect anything from the question, your answer will be flagged for the manual review, and then a human will come and check that and give 0 to the content, 0 fluency, 0 pronunciation. If you're using the old templates, or if you're using keyword kind of templates, or if you're speaking for less than 20 seconds, this is what clearly written in Pearson website, because an image cannot be described in 15 seconds, 18 seconds. They're expecting you to go beyond 20 seconds. 25 to 30 seconds is ideal. If you're not doing all these things and just relying on shortcuts, then most probably be ready to see a very low score towards your speaking section. So now what else can be used instead of a template? You can use a structure kind of a template, something like the image provided is a bar graph that gives information about, read the title, while x-axis is this, the y-axis is this comes only for bar graph and line graph, because for the other graphs, map or the process diagram, you don't have, or the pie chart, you don't have x-axis, y-axis. Then you're going to talk about 3 key contents, any content from the picture. It is evident that conversely, another interesting point is these are the linkers, these are not the templates. All this will only aid you to get that flow and not more than that. Definitely these linkers will help you. You can just go with this, but again I'm telling you, it's not just the structure that is giving you scores. The structure along with your input, wherein 3 lengthy sentences, 3 things using sentences, meaning you need to frame your own sentence and speak. This alone will give you scores. Overall, this image illustrates, you conclude it. Just 3 key contents, in the end conclusion, at the top introduction and paraphrase. This is the structure for a describe image. This structure needs to be used. If you are not using something similar to this, need not be just this, something similar to this. If you're not using it and relying on some lengthy templates wherein you just put 1 word, comma 1 word, 1 word, comma 1 word, be ready to see a very low score in your PTE speaking, at least in 2025. Remember this. The next big reason why your reading can be low or speaking can be low in 2025 is because you're still relying on reading 1 line in the read aloud. I'm again telling you, still people are getting good scores. I'm not denying it, but many are getting low scores with just reading 1 line. If you read perfectly 1 line, meaning if there are multiple things in the read aloud, you just read some 12-15 words and click next. The rest of it you just skip. If you do this, or if people have done it, some of them are still getting 90 overall. I myself have witnessed it. People telling me, see, this is my score report, speaking and reading 90, listening and writing is less. Then I asked them, if you followed one line, they said, yes, I followed one line. At the same time, I've also seen students following one line and got a very low score. So why is this? The logic is very simple. If you read perfectly, then things will work. Now that person who decides to go with one line is that person who has problem in read aloud, meaning he doesn't know how to read perfectly. So he's thinking, at least one line, let me read perfectly. If you have problem in read aloud, one line also you will have problem, meaning one line also you would have made one or two fumbles, one or two mistakes, then marks is completely gone. But if you're reading perfectly one line, probably people get scores. I'm not suggesting you to read one line at any cost. No, don't read one line, read full. But all I'm telling you is, why is that some people are getting it, some are not getting it. That person who gets perfect score is the one who read one line, but one line, the first line, he read perfectly. But the point is, if he can read perfectly the one line, the single line, he can read rest of the things also perfectly, right? Idea is very simple. You make mistakes, marks gone. Whether one line or full, if you have problems, the mistakes will reflect even in the first line. Don't think, oh, first line I can just speak and escape. You cannot escape. First one or two questions you can escape. Other questions, again, you will fall for it. Avoid using one line, read full, no fumbles, no hesitations, go with the rhythm. If there are some difficult words, you can absolutely skip them, one or two, not more than that. But don't fumble, read full. You just rely on one line thinking you will get the scores. Probably you're making a big fool out of yourself. Remember this. The next big reason why your scores could be low is because you're afraid of adding extra words in right from dictation, because you've seen someone in the internet telling you may lose your grammar scores. Remember how right from dictation is scored? If you give the correct word, you get 1 mark. You don't give that word, you get 0. There is no evaluation of grammar. So because of all these things that you see in the media, you may be really afraid to add extra words. When you don't add extra words, then yes, there's a possibility that you may lose 2-3 marks extra for each question if you're really not sure about the spelling or the word or the articles. So definitely you can add extra words. Please ensure to add extra words, extra spellings. Towards the end you add, absolutely fine, it is working, and it's not something that we're tricking the software. It's the module is designed in a way that you can add extra words and get the marks, absolutely fine. But the point is, if you have listening skill problem, then even just adding extra words will not help you. You got to work on your listening skills. First thing is catch the accent, write the words. Whichever the words, 2-3 words, 1 or 2 words that you have a doubt on, you can add extra words. But if you're not adding it, definitely you will be at loss. So my recommendation is, please add extra words. You can add singular noun, plural noun. Market, markets. Verb 1, develop. Verb 2, developed. Verb with S, develops. You can add all something like this, noun and verb, and you can also add articles, a, the. Towards the end, you just add all these things. Ensure that you add it rightly. You should be able to get a good score. The next big reason why your scores could be very low in 2025 is because reading fill in the blanks, you are conclusively falling for the traps. It's very simple. I've given this explanation multiple times. There is Mr. Butterball, there is this girl at probably 500 meters away, and she says hi. She just waves at him. Mr. Butterball, without realizing there is a big drain right in front of him, just sees her and just keeps moving and jumps into the drain. That's exactly what I'm talking about when I say traps, T-R-A-P-S, traps in reading fill in the blanks. I'm going to give you a very simple illustration of the trap with a question. I'm going to add a timer of 2.5 minutes. Try doing it in under 2.5 minutes. Post 2.5 minutes, I'm going to come back and show you how to do it. Let's start. Alright, I really hope you have solved this. This is about the pani puri or the golgappa that people like to eat, at least in India, if not in the entire world. It's a dish, it's a kind of dish, usually sold in the streets, but even in hotels you get it. Alright, so you don't have to be Sherlock Holmes to decode why pani puri, also known as AKA, is also known as golgappa, tastes so good at roadside. Now, good you need, people end up writing taste so miserable, taste so unaffected. Just like that, this is all like falling for the traps. It's just a girl waving at you. You did not even realize the girl is not waving at you. She is waving at someone who is behind you. Look back and see and realize, oh, it is not for me. Maybe I'm not that handsome. It's okay to accept it. You'll find someone else who is as beautiful as that. The point is, you just fall for it. Why miserable? Why not tasty? Tasty is delectable. Probably you don't know the meaning of delectable. But doesn't mean that you choose miserable. Miserable is 100% wrong with the context. These are all the traps. You read it, it tastes so wow, so amazing, so delectable at roadside stalls, but not fancy restaurants. So it tastes so tasty, not miserable. Even Dr. Watson would find it elementary. The more it is served dash, the less appealing. If it is served more, if it is served is a verb, addition to a verb is adverb. Adverb ends in ly, hygienically. The more it is served hygienically, the less appealing it is to the. Now people write general. I know many of you have written general, and I'm sure you will debate with me that general is the correct answer. It is not. Just type PALAT, palette, and click images into Google. You yourself will get to know why the answer is palette. Now you yourself will realize why you fell for the trap. Correct? The girl is waving at you, but you thought it is you. It's not you. It's the person behind you. The next one, once you reach your, will continue your change purse with a little push and a deliberate nudge here and there. You are dashed to catch the attention. You are always desperate to catch the attention. Collocation. Dash by rank, affected by or driven by, affected by or unaffected by is a collocation. Unaffected by rank. Here the only difficult thing is falling for the trap, which is for the first one and the third one. The 1 and 3, if you have gotten it correct, meaning you don't belong to the category of replying just hi. Meaning you are aware, you are conscious to know if that girl is waving at you or someone behind you. If you have gotten wrong for the first and the third one, mostly you are that person who doesn't realize that there is a person behind you for whom the girl is waving at. Remember, as a simple rule, I've given you the explanation. Why you chose first and the third wrong answers, you would know it's a vocabulary or whatever the reason. This is called falling for the trap, and you do this. Reading marks gone case. Here if you are falling for the trap, here if you have problems. Even in reading, writing, fill in the blanks also you have problems. Reading, writing, both will be gone case in the exam because of this one silly mistake. How do we fix this? Very simple, become more aware, become more patient. You just need to understand what it is. Get the context. Work on your skills. Take a novel, start reading every day 1 hour. 2 hours I have for PT. A 1 hour you give it to reading a novel, man. Other 1 hour you study PT. Things will still fall in place. You don't do this, then the time will just pass, but the scores will not come in the exam. Remember this. The next reason why your scores are stuck, as low as 50 or 55 or 60, 65 or 70, 72, not 79 in 2025 is because in read aloud, you're speaking perfect. Let's say you're speaking fast, still fine, a little fast, still fine. But describe image and retell lecture, you are going slow because it is difficult. Read aloud, you are seeing a text. Market research is a vital part of the planning of any business. Describe image. The image provided is a bar graph that gives information about people in the UK who gone case. Remember, whatever the way you read in the read aloud, the same way you're supposed to speak throughout the speaking section. If you are not doing it, the software will think, read aloud, I think was spoken by you. Describe image, retell lecture, I think your proxy has come, someone else has come and finished the exam. I mean, probably that's not the way it looks into, but seems like yes, probably it will give you very low scores if there is a mismatch. Read aloud the moment you finish it. That's how software, that's where exactly software learns about you. Meaning it knows, oh, this is this person who speaks like this. And it assumes that you will speak the same throughout the speaking section to give you 90. But it doesn't know that read aloud you're very comfortable, describe major Retell lecture you're not. And as a result, your marks will go down. Remember, whatever the way you speak in the read aloud, the same way you are supposed to speak throughout the speaking section. Don't forget this particular rule. The next reason why your scores are stuck in 2025 is because you're spending too much time on unwanted modules. The first unwanted module is choose multiple answer in the reading section. It comes right after the reading, writing, fill in the blanks. Choose multiple answer comes, you're spending 4 minutes. After that, reorder. After that comes reading, fill in the blanks, and you don't have time because extra 4 or 5 minutes you spent on the unwanted module. Unwanted modules, the list goes this way. It's choose multiple answer, reading, choose single answer, reading. The moment you see the question, click one and move on. Don't even spend more than a second. The next unwanted module in listening is choose single answer listening, choose multiple answer listening, select missing word listening, highlight correct summary listening. Highlight correct summary comes only for PTE Academic and not for PTE Core. In all these 4 sections, the moment you see the next button activated, because audio plays until the audio ends, the next button will not be activated. Once the audio ends, click one, click next and move on. After the audio ends, I think I'll take 2 more minutes to decide if the answer is A or C. Then write from dictation, gone case. By the time you reach the last module called write from dictation, you need to have minimum 3 or 4 minutes for 3 or 4 questions. If you have 1 or 2 minutes because you spent a lot of time on unwanted modules, then gone case, write from dictation. At least 1 or 2 you will mess up, you will miss out because of the timer. As a result, your listening and writing will be stuck. Very low scores for both listening and writing. Remember this. The next reason why your scores could be so low in PTE speaking in 2025 is because the mic position matters. I just have to keep it here, man. Here, 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 anywhere is fine, but not here. If I'm keeping it here, my mic is here right now. So it is so far, still you're able to hear me clearly. It need not be very much closer, man. Keep it just normal in the office calls. How do you keep the mic? You just have an headset over the head and the mic, the stick mic comes here. Enough. If it is here, the breath will affect it. As a result, it could be a lot of different sounds. If you keep it very close, if I keep it very close, explosive sounds, whatever I speak, boom, 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 it sounds like. So all you got to do is just maintain some distance. Not here, just a normal way. Don't worry even too much. You worry too much, that's where you get into problem. You won't understand what is the exact position. There is nothing like an exact position, but there is only a wrong position. A wrong position is keeping here, just right next to the mouth, or keeping it below the chin or somewhere. Because of this, the breath will affect the sounds. Just keep it parallel. Normal, just hold, just keep it parallel and start. You should see a good score. The last reason why your scores could be so low in 2025 is because of one reason, that in PTE repeat sentence, you're closing your eyes. I've seen many students close their eyes to ensure good amount of concentration. They listen to the audio by closing the eyes and they won't even know when the mic is on because there is no beep sound in repeat sentence. Once the audio ends, immediately your mic will not be on. Audio ends, probably beginning in 1, recording 2.5 seconds. Or audio ends, beginning in 1, recording 2 seconds. Audio ends, beginning in 1, recording or 1 second. It depends, sometimes 2 seconds, sometimes 1 second, sometimes 3 seconds, depending on the question, depending on how the software decides or what the software decides at that particular time. Meaning, you got to open the eyes, see the recording, and then start speaking. If you don't do this, close your eyes. It's fine if you want to close your eyes, you close your eyes, but once the audio ends, open the eyes and see, man. You gotta do this. Don't keep practicing every day by closing your eyes. If you're doing it, then make sure once the audio ends, immediately you gotta open the eyes and see if the recording is started or not. You can either speak once you see recording recording, or after you see 1 blue bar. If you speak after 3 blue bar, then whatever you speak will not be again recorded, because once it detects silence for 3 seconds, 4th second the microphone will turn off. I think that's all for today. I really hope this was an informative content. If you believe the same, like, share and subscribe and leave your valuable comments in the comment section. With this, I'll park it here. This is Nakul, N-A-K-U-L. Nakul signing off from SKILLS PTE Academic. Soon we'll be back. Till then, take care. Bye-bye. Thanks much.